Power all. Welcome to a Moment of Harmony. I'm just situating us a little bit because all my little everything looks a little strange now that I can see us clearly. Welcome to a Sunday Moment of Harmony. Thank you all always for your mommy mercy. Anytime we have to switch the game up and move to another day. Ooh, doing too much. Sorry. We have to switch the game up and move to another day, and you guys follow me and you stay in suit and you align with what's going on. I'm always super duper grateful, and I can never say thank you enough. So thank you for being here at a moment of harmony and rocking out with me on a Sunday moment. This will be a quick moment because there's so much going on this weekend. Hence, Mommy Mercy needed. The Race First Convention is going on. Shout out to the Race First Convention and the extraordinary work being done there this weekend. I'm a super proud attendee, and there was so much for us to do there as far as like putting forth um, putting forth intentional efforts into healing, growing, expanding us as a people, us in the DMV area, even globally, to move outwardly as a goal. So okay, if my throat will let me get it together. But just definitely wanted to shout out to the Race First Convention here in the Baltimore City area, and those coming out DMV soon. I will be one of those DMV people because I will be leaving the city, but I'll definitely always, Baltimore will be a place of love, healing, and growth, and a place to pay good attention to continue to give love and expansional efforts to. So definitely shouting out that. Also want to humbly give a wonderful moment, a moment of pause, a moment of reflection to the honorable and incredible Asada Shakur, who transitioned this week. One of my first books that I read coming into places of consciousness was Asada's book. So her story, she really showed me um, she showed me her story alone showed me the place of feminine energy and power and focus in the movement, and it was needed for me to see at that time. So giving love and light to that extraordinary revolutionary life that fed us and contributed to all that we are today. So giving light and thanks to that. Now, getting prepared to move through this very quick moment because, like I said, gotta get out to this convention. Whoop whoop. This has been such a busy morning for me. I am preparing for monumental milestones at work this week. I am immersing myself in the convention and wanting to be an extraordinary contribution to whatever progress we bring forth together communally. And then I'm still a mom. I'm still up in here raising people, keeping life together. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, okay. But this moment is a vital and, what is it? It is a vital and intentional moment for me. This moment is a beautiful moment. This moment is something that we need to invest in. It is unconditional by any means necessary. Get your moment in. If I haven't learned anything else as I'm embarking on my journey to 40, and being and doing the work of others and the work with others, I've learned how vital intentional moments are. So we're gonna do our moment, okay? I come high water, whatever is going on, we're gonna get our moment in. I'm gonna sit and talk with my people, okay? My people gonna sit and talk with me, and we're gonna do that together. So I'm super duper excited to do that today and to give you us the moment we deserve. We are in manifestation moments. We have been manifesting more. We're going all the way to the door of my 40th birthday. I'm in my 39th year. We are in the last year of I'm in the last year of my 30s. We are in the last year of a lot of things, and we have been declaring it, using the tools, moving forward in it, and being intentional about it for weeks, months, and we have about, I think, 3 or 4 months until we close out our manifestation series. But by the time we close this series out, if you have been following intentionally, if you have been shifting perspective and behavior and intention, you will be coming up on a brand new chapter of yourself. I'm certain of it. I can't even begin to express all of the extraordinary opportunities, doors that have opened for me just going into this manifestation more very intentionally and very committedly, and being very, very focused on using the powers invested in self to create that life that I desire and deserve. And I am here to help and serve you in doing We in this together. We're in this together. We'll win this together. Okay. So I have been in this series of manifesting more peace and welcome to a moment of harmony. Much love to the chat group always. In this series of manifesting more, I have been focusing greatly on the laws of attraction. And in the laws of attraction and curating my moments and developing them, they have been loosely developed around many of the works of The Secret, the documentaries, the books, the series is, the um, I guess yeah, the articles, the TED talks, and now I have this super duper awesome little calendar book that I'm using here in the moment by Rhonda Byron. So using these again, using many resources on the laws of attraction, on spiritual focus and energy, on enlightenment and improvement, on actualization. But again, my main point or my main point of reference as it pertains to this specific subject of manifestation have loosely been The Secret. So I'm going to read out of the excerpt that our moment was developed around today, and then I'm going to get quickly into that moment. Today's moment, again, we're in a manifestation moment, and today's moment is entitled Married to the Gain. Married to the Gain. I'm so excited to get into this. So I've entitled this Married to the Gain, and we're going to get into the relationship that we should have with manifesting more. Let me just, you know what? I feel like there's just stuff on my screen that should be moved. Because I keep getting this feeling of like, move the camera, but there's images on my screen that are distorting me and what you guys can possibly see. So get into The Secret. So I'm going to very quickly read the excerpt of this week, and then I'm going to get into the moment that I've developed around it. So this excerpt says, you are in a partnership with the law of attraction, and it is through this partnership between the two of you that you are creating your life. Each person has their own personal partnership with the law of attraction. You use the law for yourself. Everyone else uses the law for themselves. You cannot use the law of attraction on someone else against their free will. And when you think about it, thank goodness the law operates this way. If it did not, then anybody else could create something in your life that you did not want. You create through your thoughts and feelings, and no one but you can think your thoughts or feel your feelings. The law of attraction is a personal relationship, in essence, is what this excerpt is saying. The law of attraction is a personal relationship. So I'm going to move it even further. Peace, peace, peace. I'm going to move it even further in being married to the gain as it pertains to personal relationship with what we manifest and what we create for ourselves, for our journeys, for our realities. Doesn't mean it doesn't benefit other people. It doesn't mean that we can't include the concern or consideration of others, but this is a personal journey, this journey of self-creation. It's called self-creation, and therefore you have a oneness with this journey, and I want to get into that today. Married to the game. So we're going to talk about manifestation matrimony, okay? Then we're going to get into committed communication, and then finally manifestation monogamy, oneness, okay? And I'm again going to be moving very quickly because I am racing out of here to get to the Race First convention, and super excited about that. So, married to the game, manifestation matrimony. So, a lot of times, when it comes to creating more for ourselves, we are not seeing the manifestation journey and universal connection and continuity as a oneness of ourselves. We do not understand that once you are connected, there is never a time that you aren't connected. And connection happens in existence. That's how that works. So for those of us that are unaware of the connection, we are unintentionally creating realities for ourselves that we are not pleased with because we are thinking about what we don't want. We are living in fear. We are operating in low vibrations, envy, worry, fear, weariness. Like all of those things are, um, all of those things feed in to the reality that we have. Once we understand that by mere existence and being a portal and portion of the universe, you now are connected and married. And the reason I'm using married to the game, talking about the partnership between you and what you create, you and who you are, your thoughts, your deeds, your actions, and the reality that exists around and within you. So when we don't see it that we are married to the gain, that there are things that are coming to us or the lack of gain, things that we are needing and missing, and it is all based on how we are responding, receiving, and reacting to all that comes to us. And that creates a reality for us. So when I talk about manifestation, matrimony, I'm saying that there are expectations, experience, and expressions we have in this life, just like a marriage, because when you are married, you are never not married, right? You are married at the grocery store, you are married at work, you are married once you become Mr. and Mrs. Oneness in this union, in this section. You are never not with a part of that person. This is never not your story. This is never not your role. And marrying manifestations work in that same way. You are always cognizant of the fact that you belong to something greater. And that's what I mean by being married to the game. So we watch your words, right? Married people shouldn't, right? Depending on what y'all do, right? Everybody to each his own. Out there flirting, or they say, the behaviors of a married person, or the behaviors of a connected person, the behaviors of a committed person, looking at someone and know that they are loved, same way in looking at someone and know that they are favored, right? It is because of my connection, it is my relationship with this life and the creation of it that does feed the reality and what is exuded from me. So when we talk about manifestation, matrimony, when we commit ourselves to better existences, better levels of self, we have to make sure that our expectations align. A married person just never expects to, or shouldn't. Remember, this is loosely. I'm not judging anybody's relationships, but I'm saying when you get into a committed situation and you are one with another being, you don't ever expect to attend things on your own, or you don't expect to deal with things on your own. You don't expect to live by yourself or sleep by yourself, eat by yourself. You have an expectation of companionship. You have an expectation of connection that never, now I'm not going to say it's always met, right? Some of us out here post marriage. So I'm not saying that the expectations are always met, but when you operate within a certain reality and you have committed to a certain way of being, your expectations match that level of being. And then the experiences change. Again, there is a married experience, there is a single experience, there is going out, making decisions about your life and for your life as an individual, and there is always being in consideration of the higher power or the bigger picture or the conjoining connection. And that is what, when we're in manifesting, when we're operating within the manifestation of self, we are keeping in mind that our experiences will change. I am not out here using language that is anti-productive. I am not out here having thoughts that are limiting or suffocating or small in nature, because I'm connected to the vastness, right? I have a galactic expectation of my life and of where I am and where I am going. And my experiences match that. There are certain circumstances I should just never be in because of what I've committed myself to. I'm not saying that I won't have to grow and I won't be challenged, I won't face conflict, but there are certain realities that I just won't be a part of because I have the experience of a connected person. I am married to the game. I understand that more is available to me. I have the ability to access a bit more because of what I understand and acknowledge about it, what I believe, and how I work within it. So my experiences changes. When you become a master manifester within yourself, your experience with life change. You experience bills differently, you experience delays differently, you experience setbacks differently, because you understand that things are working and you begin to It never crosses your mind that this is not happening. I am being defeated. I am, because you understand the power of manifestation. You begin to look at blockages. You begin to look at alternate routes. But you know that there's a way out there for you to find, and that is based on your expectation that shifts your experiences, and it shifts how you express yourself in the world. So, manifestation, matrimony, being married to prosperous outcomes. Being married to the gain sets you up in a way that you understand that all that I that if I am constantly in alignment with something great and wonderful, and I know that all is working out in my favor, that things are coming out in the way that I am creating them, then I do understand that I expect a certain reality, a certain connection, a certain type of people, a certain environment. I expect certain level of reality for myself, a certain level of beingness for myself. I have experiences that reinforce all that I believe, all that I'm connected to, and where I am going. Meaning the doors that just open, the miracles that just outpour, the sequences, or the what is it, the coincidences, that just so happen to put us in favorable positions, or reveal or communicate to us what is needed for next steps, next thoughts, focus, things like that. Because this is manifestation matrimony. This is me understanding that once I am connected, I am never not connected. I'm not walking out around like an individual. I'm not walking out around like a peasant. I'm not walking around in this universe. I'm not walking around in this life as a beggar or a pleader. I am a creator. And I understand that once I have created a dynamic between me and all that is, that dynamic does not leave. I am Mrs. Extraordinary Universe, right? Extraordinary life, Mrs. Impeccable Outcome. I am married to the gain in life. Now, the gain does come with, just like any marriage, just like any relationship, it comes with growth. It comes with trial. It comes with error. It comes with tribulation. It comes with a word my Baba used a lot yesterday at the convention, struggle, right? It comes with working through. It comes with growing through. But it comes. It comes. That's the biggest point about manifestation and having that manifesting matrimony, is that I never lose sight in the growing, in the transitioning, in the transforming, in the challenge of that it will come, that it is on its way, it is being birthed. I am never allowing labor pains to distract me from the life that is being created. I have manifestation matrimony. Now, the second thing about having manifestation matrimony, being married to your gain, is that I have a committed communication. When you are committed to someone or something, the way that you speak to them, the way that you speak of them, the way that you communicate, that's verbal and nonverbal, is in a committed way. You should never be treating your, putting your what is it, hands on your mate. You should never be being deceptive or deceitful to your mate. You should never. There is a committed communication between people that are in something together. And there is and that mirrors. Peace, Mama Yatali, so extraordinarily amazing to see you. Peace, 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 peace. There is a committed communication that you have universally when you are manifesting more. I don't speak doubt, right? They say this: when you're married, there is a word that should never be used throughout the entire marriage, and they say it is the D word. And the D word is divorce. One of my coworkers were talking about this the other day. Don't use that word. Don't throw it around. We are not doing a dissolving of the connection. Well, there's a D word that dissolves our connection with manifesting. And when we talk about committed communication, the D word is doubt, right? So if you are married to your gain, There is committed communication, and there's just certain language you don't use. In marriage, we try not to think in I. In marriage, we try not to think in self, right? In marriage, we try not to think in demarcation. We try not to think in isolation. Divorce, dissolving the connection. What dissolves the connection and manifestation is the D word, another D word, and that word is doubt. We do not have doubtful communication. We do not have doubtful interactions, and do not entertain doubt within mind. If you are married, they tell you to never entertain divorce. Don't even put it on the table. When you are married to your gain, never allow on the table your doubt. You are going to make it to where you are striving to get to. The reality that you see within your heart, I don't care how grand it is, how extraordinary it is, who believes in it, who stamps it, where you are right now in your journey. If you are creating it, it is coming. If you are creating it, it is coming. And your committed communication with yourself and with your life needs to reflect that. There are ways that we counteract that type of communication, and this is how we counteract that type of communication. We counteract a communication of commitment with doubt talk, with doubt thought, with doubt behaviors, and I want to say this, in a prenup of a promise. Now, every marriage is different. So I'm not here on this platform. I'm speaking very, um, I'm speaking in analogies, right? Metaphorically. Um, I'm using prenup in alignment with our married to our gain, married to manifestations, right? The partnership, the connection that is always in existence, always alive, and always in operation with where you are going and who you are becoming. So, but when I say the prenup of a promise, when I talk about doubt, I'm saying that a lot of, in a marriage, right? To each his own. I'm sorry, something's going on with my sinuses. To each his own, right? So, lady, like, come on now. Come on now. I'm live. Sorry about that, y'all. Sinus is doing weird things. So, to each his own, right? When it comes to prenups and marriages, I'm not advocating for or against it. I want to just shed some light on the energy behind prenuptial energy, or the energy behind prenuptial frequency or flow when it comes to doubt and manifestation. Okay, so follow me with that. In real life, prenups are presented for protection in case there is a dissolving of the marriage. Protection of assets, protection of gains, protection of properties, and things to that nature. Now, most men are big on prenups. Some women are too. But there are people that come in and they're not very fond of them. And the reason they're not fond of them is because you're coming into a promise, making a provision for it to be broken, right? And that becomes very problematic for people. It becomes a plan B. And I want us to know that as we are married to our gain, we create plan Bs all the time for what we are looking for ourselves. We create a prenuptial promise, which in itself is an oxymoron, right? This is an oxymoron in that I'm saying that I'm making a promise. Promises require faith. Promises require work. Promises require loyalty and focus. I'm saying that I have this, you have my word, you have my ring, you have my name, and I'm making a committed promise to what we will grow and build on throughout our journey together. But I have a prenup in place that says maybe just in case this doesn't work, just in case I can't keep my promise or you don't keep yours, we need to be protected in that realm. And this is why people start to get weary about prenups, because it's like you're creating a plan B. Now, prenups for me personally, right? Because of all that I've been through and where that I am, I need to not create plan Bs. And just saying, because of all that I've experienced, right? And just the work of working with our people people, doing service within our communities, having a commitment to others, and to this life in a certain way. You get to see humanity. You get to, I can be a bit of a realist, right? I can be an idealist, but I can also be a realist, and having a plan B might not always be the best thing for everyone, right? So if I'm in this marriage and I say I'm going to commit to, because I'm going to just give you an analogy of what that looks like when we make a promise to ourselves, a creation and a commitment to the universal structure for ourselves. So I move into this home, I commit to this life, to this person, and I say, I'm all in. I live here, my dresser, my closet, my portion of the contribution of bills or food or our livelihood. I am 100% committed. I'm here. But I also have an apartment. And I also keep some of my stuff in my apartment just in case I'm not here. Just in case I don't want to be here. Just in case something happens and I can't be here, right? A lot of people see prenuptial energy in that way. It's like, okay, if I create a plan B, I will use a plan B. Now, how does that look practically in manifesting and being in manifestation, matrimony, and communication? You having doubt as a D word we don't use in our alignment in such a way. How that looks is that we will say we are destined for something greater. I can do more relationship wise. I can do more vocationally or financially. I can do more developmentally or healing. I can have more of what matters to me and be in a better place within myself, but I'm going to commit to 20 years at this job just in case. Or I'm going to have this friends with benefit experience just in the meantime. I'm going to um, take this, what is it? Something to just get me over or just get me by, and I'll hold on to this just in case it doesn't. We create prenuptial promises in our marriage to universal progress all the time. And all I mean by prenuptial promises is that we will say, I deserve, I desire, I'm attaining, but we will operate in but I can only, maybe, sort of, kind of, woulda, shoulda, some fraction of something right now. And what it does is send a confusing communication to our lives. Now, I'm not advocating or encouraging anyone not to work. Baby, pay them bills and make that bag, okay? What I am saying is, when you are not in true alignment, do not heavily depend or rest, come complacent or stagnant in what is not in alignment with your manifestation. You have to be honest and true in being able to say, this is something that is needed. Food is needed, clothing, shelter needed. However, it is not so needed that it moves me away from the promises on my life. And when it does, I must begin to manifest alternate routes and ways to get to that. For example, writing a book. That's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. See, the prenuptial promise becomes, yes, I take on more than I should at work. Yes, I commit more here and less towards what I am manifesting, right? Yes, I give a lot of myself into this entity, this person, this circumstance, this situation. It's not in alignment by any means or by great means with where I am desiring and deserving to be. So therefore, I am not in a committed communication with myself. Don't play yourself, right? I'm not even going to play myself and entertain this conversation. I'm not even going to play with this and sign up for this. I know right now this is not in no way in alignment with my worth or my journey or where I'm going. My sister and I were talking about salaries. You know, I am having some great new ventures open up, giving thanks, praise God, having great new ventures open up. And we were talking about, once you achieve a certain level of beingness, you cannot operate backwards. What is that within us that allows us to do that? And I think that is elevation, and needs elevation, supreme leveling up that will come more naturally to us the more we allow it to. So I cannot have this prenuptial promise of, I am married to the woman that I see me becoming. I am married to a future. that is strong and positive, free, inclusive, blossoming. And when I say inclusive, because we have to be very intentional about those words, those types of words, I mean my life includes all that I desire for it to have. It is not, I have the great relationship, but not the abundant finances. It is not, I have the abundant finances, but chaos and confusion with my children. It is not, I have obedient and flourishing, advancing children, but I don't have a committed and connected community, sisterhood, socialization. No, when I say inclusive, I mean like a resorts package, boob. The life has it all. The life has it all. I experience all of the levels of possibility within myself and within my reality. So that committed communication must stay that same way. Okay, now, oneness and our outcome. I got to get out of here. Okay, I'm running. This is going to be one of them days when I'm just giving it what a half. Okay, mommy mercy, all up and down the day. Okay, oneness with our outcome. Being married to manifestation. Manifestation, matrimony, being married to the game indicates and predicates oneness with your outcome. A manifestation monogamy. A manifestation monogamy. What I mean with manifestation monogamy, again, alluding to the partnership that we have with manifesting, alluding to the intentional connection that never is not there, even if you are operating as if it is not there. And if you are married and operating as if you are not, we know what that outcome looks like. You're moving around like you're not connected to somebody. You're moving around like you're not accountable to something. You're moving around like you don't have to consider or be a part of anything. We know what that looks like for you. And it looks the same way when it comes to manifesting. If you are moving around as if you are not connected to something higher, greater, better, giving, gifting, contributing, and illuminating your life, we all know what will happen with that, okay? If you are isolating yourself from the greater connection of beingness, you will be in a solo place of reality that is not connected to the greater connection of beingness. So, oneness or manifestation, monogamy, means that I am one. Oneness with my outcome. There's only one way for me. This gets rid of that D word I was talking about in being married to manifestation, and that is doubt. There's only one outcome from me. I'm not saying that the who, what, when, where, or how will not change. I won't have to figure it out. I won't have to get into it. But what I am going to say is that there's only one way I in this game. Or there's, I probably shouldn't say in the game. That sounds kind of morbid, right? But there's only one way this turns out for me. And that's I win. Mommy Mercy, there's only one way this turns out for me, and that there is one. There's only one type of relationship for me, marriage wise. There's only one type of operation for me, home wise. There's only one type of reality for me that I operate in when I talk about togetherness. And I don't have to split that up into 1,000 different ways of maybe I'll be this way or maybe it'll turn out. See, the specifics are where the things this can be the sprinkles in my life, right? The specifics can change, but the outcome is the same, and I have a oneness with my outcome. And this turns out with me winning. This turns out with me winning. This relationship turns out with me winning. This vocation looks like me winning. In this endeavor, in this commitment, in this goal, in this ambitions, in this what I am feeding, this has one outcome, and I have manifestation monogamy. Okay? I'm not talking about, again, to each his own. Okay, relationship monogamy, that's your own thing. What I'm talking about in relation to the relationship we have with manifesting, you have a one, there's only one for me. Okay? When it comes to monogamy, that's essentially what that means. You're the only one for me. You're the only one I want to come home to. You're the only one I want to wake up to. You're the only one I want to plan with and build with. And if that's what you're subscribing to, that's the mindset. And I'm saying this is a similar mindset with being married to a oneness in your outcome. Being married to the gains in your life, the gains in your future. This is the outcome, right? So in that oneness, I am saying There's only one. There's only one. Prosperity. Uncle Johnson name. This is the only thing that I am connected to in this way. Health, life, prosperity. Health, life, and prosperity is the only way that this comes out for me. If I touch it, it must manifest in a certain way. If I invest in it, it must manifest in a certain way. If I'm connected to it, it must manifest in a certain way. Because there is only one. This is the only life for me. One of abundance, one of peace, one of greatness, one of elevation, one of gratitude. I can't be connected and chained to traumas and patterns and curses, right? I have only one way that this works out for me, and I know it because I am married to the gain within myself. There is a commitment to greatness that is impeccable and unshakable and impenetrable. And my commitment to greatness is my marriage to my gain. You can try to test this if you want to. What Wale say, y'all out here trying to see if my relationship's strong. This is what life is going to be doing, right? Out here trying to see if your connection to greater and better is strong, is powerful, is set. Yes, they're going to test your gangster. Come test it. Come test it. Unshakable and unwavering in the outcome in my greatness is where I stand. It is the commitment in my tongue and my language and my thoughts and my behavior. The situations will come and go. The players will change. The script will acclimate. Okay, but at the end of the day, she wins. She wins. That's all. She wins, right? How are we going to get there? Or I'm going to get that marriage, right? Just like we say, at the end of the day, it's me and you. I don't know how we're going to make it. I don't know how we're going to get to what we're going to talk about, how we're going to work this out, how we're going to get over this bridge. But I do know it ends with us. Okay, it's me and you at the end of this thing, right? And I'm saying that as it relates to manifestation and having manifestation monogamy and having oneness with your outcome. When I approach circumstances, opportunities, situations, I need to make sure that is in alignment with my outcome. This is my manifestation monogamy. There's only one outcome for me. There's certain things I'm not going to entertain. There's certain spaces I'm not going to be a part of. There's certain circumstances I no longer have the luxury of toying with because I am in oneness with my outcome. I have manifestation monogamy, and it's only one way for this thing to go down for me. She has to come out on top. She comes out on top. Everything connected to her comes out on top. Everything in alignment with her is golden. There's only one way. I got it, the whole team. I got to go. This is where we're going, right? And the thing with universal or manifestation monogamy, how many of us have married or connected on our way to marriage to someone who is different from us, right? Your mate, a lot of times, opposites attract. And your mate, a lot of times, is a person that's not like you. The person that is not like you. And the person that's not like you may not eat like you, may not travel, may not have the same activities, pastimes, goals or ambitions in you as you in your day to day. Y'all probably have overall core connection, right? At the core and your values you align. I would hope that if that's what you're about to do forever with. But on the day to day, there may be some differences. This is how the universe works. This is why I say the who, what, when, where, or why. We can't get caught up there, right? Same thing when it comes to marriage. Where we'll live, where we'll work, who we'll live next to, who we'll be friends with. That all of those things will change, and they are not as my commitment is not so much in them as I am in us. And that's how we have to be with the future version of ourselves. My commitment is not so much in the person, places, and things around me as they are so much in you and I being able to meet one day in this life, my higher version and my growing version, okay? So, when you are married to someone where you have things in common but you are not quite identical, one of the things that happens is your person you will see will be committed to you even when they're not committed to your activities or your lifestyle. So there may meaning that I'll support. It's not that I'm supporting the mission. So I'm on a mission, right? My husband may not be needing to save the world. He don't have to be universal. What is it? superhero of the universe. That's not his calling. It's not his desire. Here's the thing though, in order for me to thrive and move forward, he doesn't have to be married to my mission. He just has to be married to me, right? So he doesn't have to be committed to the mission, but I'm committed to you. And in being committed to you, I show up, I provide provision, I protect, I am there. I don't have the same thoughts. I'm not going to do the same thing, but you best believe you won't move without me moving. When you move, I move. Okay? Just like that. So, universe works with us in that same way. Universe works with us in that same way when it comes to marriage. It is not that the universe is married to who you're dating. The universe is not married to the job you're working, the career that you have. The universe is not married to your lifestyle or your your parenting style. The universe is not married to the who, what, when, where, or that, or what. What your universal energy is married to is you. I'm not focused on your mission. Like, you got to do that. I am focused on you being able to thrive and grow in your mission. So I show up. So I provide. So I protect. And you thinking, oh, it's not working. I'm not going where I want to go because of this person, because of this arena, because of this project, because of this process. And it's universe could care less. I'm not married to your nouns. I'm married to your progress. I am committed. That source energy is committed to the elevation of you. So if that is what that is, then we have to also operate in that same way. I can't get caught up on, but you gave me this job. Oh, but you gave me this person. Oh, but you gave me this car. Or you gave me this house. And I'm anchored to circumstances that don't allow me to grow. And I'm anchored to situations. I'm married to the person, places, and things in my life when the universe is trying to say my commitment is to you. There are greater and grander realities for you. And we're not saying that people just come and go. We should be lackadaisical with connection and responsibility, and not at all. What we're saying is do not get too caught up in the gains that we do not continue to grow to all that is possible with us, all that is possible for you. There will be some gains going with you the whole journey. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get out of here. This was like, I said I wasn't going to, ouch, and I just hurt myself. That was my cue. I said I wasn't going to go an hour, and I got too close to it. I got to skip that, okay? I love you all so very much. Thank you for joining me for our moment of harmony. I will see you next week. Remember, we are married to the game. You have a personal relationship with manifestation. You are in manifestation matrimony. Don't be out here operating like you're not operating with something bigger. You have committed communication. Make sure that you're moving, speaking, acting as if you are connected to something greater, that you are married to something coming towards you, that you have a commitment with this universal structure, that there's a promise and a plan for you that you can't afford to go back on. And then have your manifestation monogamy. There's only one for me. There's only one life for me. That's winning. You either with me, win, right? That's all we got. That's all I have time for. That's all I have room for. Gaining, growing, glowing, child. That's all we can do. Okay, man, get on out of here. Get on out of here. Manifesting monogamy. Only one. I cannot be deterred from where I am going because there's only one outcome from me, and that outcome is she's winning. I love you all so much. You're winning, okay?
Love you guys.
Got to come be in it, okay? Beautiful had to try to make it a moment with the Oreos in her mouth early in the morning, okay?
I brush my teeth.
To eat Oreo. All right. Love y'all. See y'all next week for another moment of harmony. Go ahead and take really good care of yourself. Go on out your way. Take some great care of yourself. And then, after you've done all you can, go ahead and take really good care of someone else. We are all we have. We are in this together. We are going places. I love you. Come on and go with me.